18-year-old is dead and the gunman is on the run. The tragic part of a violent day across the 5 boroughs. Today, New York's Gabi Acevedo's live in East Harlem near where that teenager was killed. Gabi.
Darlene, 13 people were shot in a 6-hour span across New York City, and we are live in East Harlem where one of those victims, a 15-year-old boy, was shot and killed and another man was injured. Police say that the 2 victims, including the teenager, were standing outside of this location on East 123rd and Lexington Avenue when someone opened fire. Here you can see video of the police activity late last night at the scene. Investigators canvassed the block looking for clues, bullet casings, and collecting evidence. This violent incident happened around 10:30 when police say they responded to a 911 call of 2 people being shot here in East Harlem. When police arrived, they found the 15-year-old with gunshot wounds to his torso, Darlene. He was pronounced dead shortly thereafter, while a 30-year-old victim was shot in the knee and was transported to Harlem Hospital in stable condition. The circumstances of the shooting are still under investigation, and the relation, if any, between the 2 victims is unclear. The shooter has been described as a man wearing all black who fled eastbound on East 123rd Street. At this point, there are no arrests, and the identity of the dead teenager has not been revealed yet, pending family notification. The NYPD, Darlene, is now investigating 7 separate episodes of gun violence in 4 different boroughs: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. All of the victims are expected to survive, except, of course, for one of the victims here, a 15-year-old boy shot and killed. Reporting live from East Harlem, Gabi Acevedo, Today in New York.
A violent night across the city. Shootings continue to be a growing problem. Within just 6 hours, there was a shooting in every borough of New York City. At least 13 people were shot, and one of them has now died. Eyewitness News reporter Candace McCowan is live in East Harlem with the developments for us. Candace.
Yeah, Shirlene, a wild night. Investigators definitely have their hands full this morning collecting all of the evidence from the multiple shooting scene. We are currently at 123rd and Lexington Avenue, where the latest of those shootings happened last night. You can still see that there's crime tape here and police standing by as they protect this scene. Now, this shooting happened at 10:30 last night. EMTs taking a 15-year-old who was shot multiple times in the torso and a 30-year-old shot in the right knee to Harlem Hospital. Unfortunately, that 15-year-old did not make it, and it is not clear exactly what led up to this shooting. Now, in another instance, police are investigating after 5 people were shot on a street corner in Bushwick. Shots were fired around 8 o'clock last night there. It happened at the corner of Hancock and Knickerbocker. Investigators saying that the shooting stemmed from an argument outside of a bodega, and investigators saying that this is likely a gang-related shooting. The victims there ranging from 24 to 38, and so far police have not made any arrests. Again, to sum up what happened in that 6-hour period yesterday, you're talking about at least 2 people shot on Staten Island and at least 4 other shootings between 4:30 and 10:30 on that Memorial Day. In every single borough, you had a shooting, and at least 1 person is dead this morning.
Past 24 hours in the city, at least a dozen people shot since yesterday afternoon, including a 15-year-old boy who was killed here in East Harlem at 123rd Street and Lexington Avenue. Police received the first 911 calls around 10:30 last night for shots fired in the area. Officers arriving on the scene found 2 men shot. The first, that 15-year-old boy, had bullet wounds to his torso. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The second victim, a 30-year-old man, was shot in the right knee and is in the hospital in stable condition. Police say the shooting appears to have been targeted, but it is unclear if the victims knew each other. They were reportedly standing around outside when they were shot, and the suspect ran away. He or she is still at large. Police so far have made no arrests and have not mentioned a possible motive or what led up to the shooting. The 15-year-old's identity has not yet been released until his family is properly notified, but this investigation remains active and ongoing. Reporting live in East Harlem, I'm Katie Corrado, PIX11 News.